Podcast. We are your hosts, Tony and Dak is embarrassing himself, acting like he has big boy guns. Today we have our Waiver Wire Wednesday.
Oh,
For
slick,
those of you
baby.
that don't know, Waiver Wire Wednesday is our fantasy football episode where we give our studs, duds, matchups we like, and then at the end, capping us off with a waiver wire pickup. Um, the namesake makes sense. Kicking us off, we have our top performer of the week with our first and 10, Kyle Pitts.
Hi.
Almost 46 points, depending on your scoring for your league. 11 catches, 166 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He was a great trade for me earlier this year. Me, my dad, and my brother co-commissioned a team. I forgot. We usually talk about our teams. I am out of the playoffs in all but 2 leagues, so yeah, that's that.
Yeah. I'm the 9th seed. And I'm not in the playoffs. Yeah, I could win a championship in my Yahoo league, but I don't really want to talk about my team because it's a bad year. I had the most points scored against. I would have made the playoffs if I would have not started Mike Evans, and I would have been the 6th seed, and I would have won the first round of the playoffs because I would have beat the person that Ant got to play this week. And he would have been down to the 7th seed, and he wouldn't have been in the playoffs anymore. But you live and you learn. Next year, I'm coming with a vengeance, and I'm gonna win the championship.
This is me playing the world's smallest violin, like Mr. Krabs.
Shush it.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Kirk,
Be a better manager.
Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is playing well though.
Yeah, leading into our studs and duds. You got Kirko Chains.
Yeah, Falcons team that gave up on him. He is playing for his life right now.
More like a second
Had
contract, but
26.92 points and was quarterback 3 this week. And went 30 for 44 with 373 yards and 3 touchdowns.
go crazy, Kirko. My stud is somebody that I've talked about plenty of times on this podcast, specifically this format. Adonai Mitchell. I will continue to talk about him until he lets me down. He let me down a couple weeks ago, but he's back in the studs category. 10 points over expected with 19 total points. 6 receptions, 58 yards, and 1 touchdown. If you have a dynasty league and you don't have him on your team, if he's not claimed, what are you doing?
Traded him away. You traded him away.
I did, and so did you. And you know what?
Yeah,
he
I
was
got Jonathan Taylor.
he was released, and I picked him up off the waiver wire. This was a waiver wire pickup. Nuts.
Yeah.
Go crazy.
Yeah.
Now we're to our duds. Two players.
You know who's not helping me
Yeah.
on the Fitz team? Brees Hall. 12 carries for 23 yards. What are we doing? What are we doing? And 2 catches for 14 yards. Okay, that's okay from a running back.
I think he was on my bench.
12 carries for 20.
Dude, that Jets team is something else. Outside of Adonai Mitchell, there is no bright spot. If I didn't trade for Rico Dowdle, I'd be in a rough spot because Brees Hall is sitting on my bench right now.
Yep, that's why he's off my team, buddy.
Yeah. My dud is somebody else that I traded for this offseason. Ladidi McConkey. That stinking butt licker, dude. Two catches for 20 yards and 4 points. In a playoff week, he better come out next week with 20-plus points. I'm not playing around with this dude. I will bring Hunter Renfrow back onto my team as the better white route runner.
Me next year. Trade Ladidi McConkey to me in the offseason.
For Jonathan Taylor, happily.
Yeah, okay, guys.
To our namesake. Not our namesake. Oh, yeah, it is our namesake. Why do we do it this way?
Yeah. I don't know.
We should do a waiver wire pickup last. We're skipping that last. Matchups we like and we don't like. Dak has Christian McCaffrey because he's a Niners fan.
He's gonna go nuts against this Colts diminished team. They don't have DeForest Buckner. They're probably not gonna have Charvarius Ward, and I don't think they're gonna have Sauce Gardner. That's all the guys that are going to do something to Christian McCaffrey.
Grover
Zaire
Stewart,
Franklin, Grover,
Latu, Kwity Paye. All he's good at is run defense. Kwity Paye can't rush the passer.
I'm talking about Latu.
I know. Well, I'm saying Kwity Paye, all he's good for is rushing the.
Christian McCaffrey's going for 25 plus this week. Mark my words.
I don't disagree. Somebody else who's going for 25 plus is probably the Texans defense against the Raiders. uh,
Yeah.
the
I'm gonna go
Texans
pick up a
defense.
Raiders linebacker or a Texans linebacker, Alshire, just this week, just to start him in the dynasty.
The Texans defense might tee off on the Raiders with sacks, interceptions, touchdowns,
Be a
all
great week
all the
for them.
points. Matchups we don't like, conveying or whatever. Going into matchups we don't like. We're working on our transitions. That's the word I was looking for. RJ Harvey against the Jags. I don't love that. RJ has been playing a lot better recently since who was it? What's his name? J.K.
JK.
Dobbins has been hurt, but the Jags have the apparently. I was doing my research, so unless Pro Football Reference lies to me, the Jags have the best rush defense in the league. Fun fact. I don't remember if that was yards or scoring or what have you, but that's something to keep an eye on. RJ Harvey already doesn't get very many yards. He's more of a touchdown vulture. But so if he's held down for yards, might not be a great start in these playoffs.
My matchup I don't like is Ashton Genty against this Raiders defense that you
Nope.
just talked about.
Texans defense.
Or Texans defense, yeah, duh. Um,
I would love him against the Raiders defense.
I think Ashton Genty is going to be hit so many times behind the line of scrimmage. It's just not going to be fun. And if he gets more than 30 rushing yards on the day, I will be surprised.
I'm gonna go look at Prize Picks real quick and see, or Dabble. I'm gonna go look at my Dabble real quick and see what his over under is for your rushing yards. You go ahead and
54.
get to your waiver wire pickup.
Yeah, so my waiver wire pickup is somebody I talked about earlier, Kirk Cousins. He balled out last week. He's been playing for about 2 to 3 weeks now. He's only owned in 3.6% of leagues. And if you have a question mark at quarterback this week, like, oh well, I had to start Marcus Mariota last week. Jaden Daniels is out. Now Patrick Mahomes went out. What am I gonna do? I'm in the playoffs. I'm trying to make a push. Go pick up Kirk Cousins. He's a safe option. He's going to get some points there. It's not as if you don't have to worry about it. He was quarterback 3 last week, and he's going against the Cardinals team that I think he can build off of the success he had last week. And Kyle Pitts is a good threat there. And if Drake London is back, that's just another weapon that Kirk Cousins gets to throw to this week against the Arizona Cardinals. So again, Kirk Cousins owned in 3.6% of leagues, guys. He's probably on your waiver wire, so you can go and pick him up.
Since we're recording so early in the week, he doesn't even have a line for rushing yards. But it's weird because a lot of other players do.
There's some games that they don't know about yet. So.
Which is so weird. But I would, depending on what that line is, I would throw some money on it. My waiver wire pickup is, of course, my bread and butter, another tight end, Chika Okonkwo. Going against the Chiefs this week, I expect Cam Ward to be throwing the ball all over the field. Chika Okonkwo has had, I believe, over 4 targets in like the last 4 weeks. And on the TD podcast, we love targets. We don't care about anything else because targets means production once you catch the football. And Chika Okonkwo is a good red zone threat. He has been sporadically thrown into the red zone, but we need to look for him to give the Titans a safety blanket outside of their
this man and his
receivers.
tight ends, man.
Dude, have they failed me yet? Maybe once. This is like the second or third time I've said Chika Okonkwo. So
yeah, you just repeat, man. You're just a repeater.
Am I wrong? I don't think so.
I've said Tyrone Tracy like 3 times, and Buddy went off last week. So
yeah, well, you weren't here last week, so
yeah, I know.
We didn't do this episode last week. Anyways,
Sorry,
let's hold on. Let me see real quick. So he's ranked number 24 tight end. He's got over. I mean, I guess it depends on how much you rely on your tight end. But he's got over 4 targets in all but 4 games. and I'll take that as a tight end. So, anyways, that'll cap off our waiver wire Wednesday episode.
They don't even have a line yet for him.
Yeah,
for Genty.
Yeah, lame. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope we win you guys some fantasy football playoffs. Unless you're in our league, I hope you guys lose. Unless you're playing somebody that I need you to beat, then I hope you win. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that fun stuff, and watch tomorrow's episode and watch yesterday's episode. Keep your eyes peeled for possible extra content, whether it be on TikTok or live streaming. All of our stuff is down below. All the socials and all that fun stuff. Is there anything I'm missing? Don't think so. We forgot to say it in the other episodes, but happy holidays. If we don't say it next week, we don't know what next week's supposed to look like either. But happy holidays. Yeah. Hope you guys have safe travels. And don't forget that because you watch the TD podcast, you now know ball. Peace.